Around the world, 218 million children are involved in child labour. Child labour is any work done by children that is dangerous, keeps them from getting an education, and is harmful to their health and development. India is home to the largest number of child labourers in the world.
Most of the children who are working today in child labour belong to low caste in Indian caste-ridden society. So that socio-cultural factor is a major factor. Most of them are belonging to untouchable, the traditional untouchable caste and tribals and minority communities. So that's one very, very strong factor. The number of children are forced to leave the villages, or sometimes the labor recruiters go in search of cheap labor, and they look for those areas which are poverty-strict areas, those areas which have floods and waterlogging, the areas which have drought, so drought-hit areas, natural disasters, definitely. So it's a combination of several factors. And of course, these people who are being trafficked are the poor people. And beside poverty, the illiteracy and ignorance of the parents and community is also a major factor.
In 1989, the United Nations adopted the Convention on the Rights of the Child. This is an international agreement recognising the special rights of all children to be treated fairly, equally and with dignity. It states that rights are non-discriminatory. They are for all children, not just some. It recognises that all actions concerning children should be in the best interests of the child, should promote their development, and should give them a say in matters affecting them. The rights are grouped into 4 key areas. The right to survival. All children have the right to the food, clean water, shelter, and healthcare that they need to live. The right to protection. All children have the right to feel safe and secure. Children are especially vulnerable to abuse and neglect. This is especially true in times of war and in many types of child labour. The right to development. All children have the right to an education and time to play. Children need opportunities to grow and develop in all aspects of community life. The right to participation. All children have the right to be involved in the life of their communities, to express themselves and to participate in decisions that affect them. This is essential for children to protect themselves from abuse and exploitation. Child labour infringes on all of these rights.
Unfortunately, we have the largest number of child labour in the world. At least 60 million children, according to non-governmental statistics, are still working in various forms of child labour. So it's a serious problem. But when we talk of child labour in India, about 70% of these children are working in agriculture sector, in fields and farms and rural economy, and rest are working in construction industry like stone mining, quarries, brick kilns, and then small-scale industries everywhere. Then you can find quite a large number of children working in household activities like domestic child labor. And then you can find children working in street restaurants and entertainment industries all across India.
Child labour has existed for generations and is not easy to eliminate. But all around the world, people are working to address the causes of poverty and put an end to child labour. This involves improving education for children and adults, community development, and improving incomes. It also means writing letters to companies and governments about child labour and buying fair trade products that guarantee that no child labour has been used.
Child labour is the denial of childhood. It's denial of human dignity. It's denial of freedom. It's denial of their future. It's denial of their being as human being and denial of their dreams.
You can do something right away by speaking out and telling your friends and family. If enough people speak out, governments and companies will listen.